Have you guys ever thought about the human heart? The human heart. It is an essential organ we can't live without. It pumps blood to every extremity of our body, supplying blood oxygen to every cell in our body. But notice the way it's made up. It has two pipes coming in and two pipes going out. It doesn't just have pipes going out. You see, the heart couldn't supply blood to the body unless there was a way for that blood to enter the heart in the first place. In other words, what goes out must be refilled, right? What goes out must be refilled. That's why there's two pipes in, two pipes out. And it's the same in our lives. How do you think we, as people who are busy in our lives, have jobs and entrepreneurial hustles and all the different things that we do, a lot of us act like we can just give out. But unless you pour back in, you're not going to be able to pour out effectively. That's what I want to talk about today on this teaching, is just encourage you, edify you, and let you know it's okay to pour into yourself, to have self-care, and to keep yourself filled. My name's Nathaniel Spiers. I'm one of the coaches here on Vision Possible. I'm just so thankful to be part of this platform and be able to come to you each and every week with fresh new teaching that will inspire you, that will keep you on the path, no matter where you are on your what we call the vision spectrum, and finding your vision and finding your calling. We believe we have something for you here at Vision Possible. So if you're watching this on social media, please like and subscribe. Follow us at Vision Possible. For more information on who we are, what we do, go to visionpossible.net. I'll tell you more about that later. But for now, I want to get back to what I was talking about. Pouring in, keeping yourself filled. Let me give you another illustration, because I just love this illustration. Think about making a fire. Okay, making a fire, right? You can have wood, kindle, you can have all of the right combustibles. You can have all of the right ingredients to create a fire, right? But if you don't have space between those combustibles to let in oxygen, you won't have a flame. This illustration kind of shows, like, if you take all the right materials and just cram pack them together without a discipline to include blank space, to include oxygen, room to breathe, a flow, you won't have fire, because it's actually the oxygen that's the fuel for the flame. So a lot of us who are very always is going and who are always high achievers and we just want to get stuff done, oftentimes we don't leave that space, that white space, that room to breathe, that time on the calendar where you can just have a blank space. That's what I mean by white space, is just a blank space on the calendar for you to think, for you to breathe, for you to take care of yourself. Those are how you stay filled. It's the taking a minute to think. It's that drive to and from work, right? It's those times you have to give yourself permission to do you, so that you can be filled up to give out. I mean, for all of us who are on the day-to-day grind, we can find ourselves in that place where we're approaching burnout, just simply because we didn't take enough time to pour back into ourselves. I want to encourage you guys today, don't do that. Take the time to pour into yourself. You see, it's the space between the combustibles. That's what the fire can't live without. Create that space. Create that room to breathe. Create that place where you can fill yourself back up. So what are some practical ways that you can do this, right? What are some practical ways that you can keep yourself filled? Ongoing education is key. But find what works for you. Find your love language. Find the thing that fills you up and do it. Because when you find that kind of rhythm to your day, right? Being intentional and blocking out times for study, blocking out times for focus, that's where your most productivity is going to come from. So recently, one of the things I started doing is blocking out in my day even 15 to 30 minute chunks on my work calendar that I knew I needed for myself. So normally on an average day for me at my job, it is back-to-back meetings. So it's meetings from early in the morning till late in the day. And that's not for most people in the organization. That's for my role in particular in what I do. I need to be in meetings, work with people, work with others, lead others, provide direction, insight, etc. And the best way to do that is with meetings. And I know a lot of people don't have that schedule, but for me, because of that, I didn't even have time for lunch most days, let alone, because what would happen is people would find an open chunk in my schedule and book it. So what I realized is I need to be intentional about creating those chunks in my day, right? The 15 minutes, the 30 minutes. I know some of this, some of you may be thinking, well, obviously you got to take time for yourself. But I don't know about you guys. I need encouragement to do this all of the time, to take time to fill yourself back up. Another thing too is find what fills you spiritually. We're a three-part being. We're a spirit, soul, and a body. And a lot of times we just pour out of our soul, of our mind, our will, our emotions, our mental effort. You have to, especially for that, take that time to refill yourself mentally. So you have to know what does that. Does that mean you need alone time? Does that mean you need to be around others? Does that mean you need to unplug and meditate? There's just so many different things you can do. Also, spiritually speaking, I remember growing up, I did a lot of street evangelism. And one of the things that I learned there was, man, I could pour out spiritually. I could minister, I could talk to people, I could pray with people, but I felt exhausted after that because I wasn't doing anything to keep myself filled between those times when I would minister and pray. And it's the same when I teach. What good would it be for me to come to you guys with something that wasn't applicable? Well, that could easily be done if I didn't keep myself filled. So I'm very intentional about reading books, about attending events, about, just spending quiet time. A lot of my best ideas come during quiet times. And I think it'll be the same with you. We live in a fast-paced Western world, that's for sure. But there is a definitive need to just slow down. And to do that, you first have to give yourself permission to slow down. So I want to leave you guys with this. Remember, it's the space between the combustibles is what the fire can't live without. You can cram as many combustibles together in a hard block. You can just put wood and newspaper and Kindle and all of the things that make a fire. But if you have them too balled up, it will not light. So spread your day out. Spread your responsibilities out. Make that extra white space. Make that extra time where you can just breathe and relax. That'll keep you filled so that you can keep pouring into yourself as you're pouring out. So anyways, that's what I wanted to bring to you guys today. Please check out visionpossible.net. Spread the word. Tell a friend. We're passionate about seeing your daydream become your day job, and we do that through one-on-one coaching. If you're interested in that, we pride ourselves in not being professional teachers, but that we've walked the walk and talked the talk. And we specialize in setting you up with a coach that's been there and that's done that. So if you're wanting to start a business, or you're wanting to get financial coaching, or you're wanting to go into a certain type of industry, we look to match you up with somebody who has done that, who has been there, not just some generic professional coach or professional teacher. And because of that, we've seen success. And so if you're interested in learning more about that or signing up for that program, go to visionpossible.net and look at our Vision Possible Protegé program, where you get a bunch of perks, including access to all of our videos, which is an ever-growing library because we post them every single week. Please check that out. And I will see you guys on the next week, on the next episode next